Hello everyone, and welcome back to Cooking with Suzanne. So today we're going to make a nice pasta dish. And the first thing that we want to get started on is our sauce for the pasta. So what we have here for ingredients are two 28-ounce cans of San Marzano tomatoes that you can either pulse in a food processor, or you can use a blender, or you can chop them by hand. These are the San Marzano tomatoes that I used. So, or you can actually even get tomatoes already diced. So either way, you can either get the plum tomatoes and do it yourself, or get them diced. So 2 cans. We also have 1 sweet onion that I have diced up, and that is the first thing that's going to go into our saute pan. I have 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil on low heat on the stove, and I'm going to go ahead and add the onions to that. So we'll start to get these sauteed. And I'm also going to add a ½ teaspoon of chili flakes. Although the sausage is spicy, I am going to still put in a tiny bit. And I'll add it right away with our onions. But if you don't want yours spicy, then just leave that step out. So while that's sauteing, we'll talk about our other ingredients. So we have here 4 cloves of garlic that I minced. So as soon as the onions are in good shape, in about 5 minutes, we'll go ahead and add the garlic. And for our protein, we have 1 pound of turkey sausage. It's a little bit leaner, a little healthier. This is the spicy turkey sausage. And I also have a cup of red wine that goes into the sauce. And I'm just going to pour a little bit of the red wine and mix it into the sausage. And that helps to break up the meat. So I'll just throw on a glove real quick and just mix the red wine into the meat, which I did take out of the casing. So it's about 4 links, 1 pound. That looks pretty nice. There we go. So while our onions are sauteing, I have another saute pan here with a little bit of oil. Just a touch of oil on the bottom. I'm going to raise the heat now, and I'll add the sausage to the pan, and we will get this cooked while the onions are cooking. So the sausage is going right in. And then just take a spoon and break it up. And you just want to get this nicely cooked. One thing, sausage, once it's out of the casing, it doesn't take very long to cook. And I'll just give you to be able to see the sausage cooking. It's almost done. And you see how easily it breaks up. Very nice there. Okay. The sausage is ready, so just take a spoon in. I just have a tray here lined with some paper towel. I like to drain it a little bit. Our onions are nicely cooked, so we will go ahead and add our 4 cloves of garlic. You just want to cook that for about a minute, just until you can actually smell the garlic. I don't want to brown it at all. We'll put the sausage in with our onions and garlic. And now let's add our cup of red wine. And we want to reduce this by half. So you'll still have about a ½ cup of wine in there before you move on to the next step. I'm going to add some salt directly to the tomatoes. Obviously, tomatoes always need salt. So this is a ½ teaspoon. So let's put about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and mix it up. So once this is reduced, and we are just about there, very close, I can raise the heat now. And we will add our tomatoes, and then we'll let this cook for about 25 minutes before we add our other ingredients, which are about 2 cups of white beans. You can either use white navy beans, cannellini beans, whatever bean you happen to really enjoy. You can get canned beans, and if you do use canned beans, I guess a 15-ounce or 16-ounce can of beans would work. And just make sure that when you drain them, you rinse them very, very well. Otherwise, you can get dried beans and cook the beans and then use those, which is wonderful. That's what we always did at the restaurant. And about 1 cup of fresh peas or frozen peas, which are also wonderful. And about 2 cups of fresh baby spinach is going to get folded in at the very end. The peas, the spinach, and the beans, that will go in for about the last 5 minutes. And now let's add our tomatoes. And you want to bring this to a boil. And then once it's come to a boil, you will lower the heat on simmer and let it simmer for 25 to 30 minutes. Our sauce is almost ready, so we're going to go ahead and get our pasta cooked. I'm using penne pasta today. You can use rigatoni or any type of pasta ziti, whatever you really like. So I have some boiling salted water, and we'll set a timer for about, let's say, we'll check it in about 9 minutes. Just give it a good stir. And now our sauce is ready. It's nice and thick. And actually, I'll just bring this over for a quick second, just so that I can show you the thickness of the sauce. It's nice and thick. So hopefully you can see that, okay? And to this we will add our beans, 2 cups of white beans, which gives us another protein to the dish, and 1 cup of green peas, and about 2 cups of baby spinach. Give this a good stir, and you're going to let this cook for about 5 minutes. And it's always important to save some pasta water. I always make sure that I keep at least a cup of pasta water, which we may add to the sauce just to loosen it up a little bit. And maybe just a little bit too thick. And I always like to put a little piece of butter. It adds a little more richness to it. So if you're going to add your pasta directly to the pot of sauce, you do want to cook it al dente so that it can finish cooking in the sauce. I tend to actually just put the pasta in the dish and put sauce over the top of each dish, only because I feel that this will heat up better, reheat the next day better if the pasta and the sauce stay separately. But if you know it's all going to be in one sitting, then be sure to put your pasta directly into your sauce and fold it all in and then serve it that way. And in regard to your salt to your water to cooking your pasta, its rule of thumb is about 2 tablespoons of kosher salt to 6 quarts of water. This is definitely ready. So I'm just going to shut the heat off, and I think what I'll do is I'll put it aside and cover it. And by the way, you can also partially cover your sauce while it's cooking for that 25 minutes on low. You just want very soft bubbles going around the sauce. You don't want it to boil hard. And if you cover it, it helps so that the tomatoes don't reduce too quickly. So I usually partially cover it while it's cooking for that 25 minutes. Okay, our pasta is ready, and I just want to mention, if you did want to cook your pasta ahead of time, you can always take a tray and brush it with some extra virgin olive oil And then if you have a spider or one of these little guys, you can scoop out your pasta or drain it and then put it on the sheet pan and let it cool completely. And then you can use your pasta later on. Okay, I'm going to pull this out. Let's bring our sauce over. We'll finish it with a piece of butter. Right into the sauce. I'll put about a tablespoon of parsley and I'll save some. And then just add a little bit of pasta water. Just so that we get a nice consistency. There we go. Okay. So I would just put the pasta in the bottom of each bowl, and as I said, if you were going to eat all of it, just go ahead and put it right into your sauce. That looks nice. Top it. This has a lot of good health benefits to this dish. A little bit of parsley on top. And then of course some cheese, Parmesan. And I'll come around so you can see it. There you go. And there you have your pasta dish. Penne pasta with tomatoes, turkey sausage, peas, spinach. It's delicious.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bob. I'm the wine director.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
So I was working out in the garden today, getting the vegetable garden ready for planting, and it is May 14th, I believe. I got pushed back a little bit because of the snow.
Jeez.
2 days ago.
Will spring never come?
Right? They talk about global warming, and we know we have global warming.
That's right.
But snow, May 12th. Write that down. So, I chose, I mean, obviously you can go with Chianti. Chianti's in pasta, just made together, right? Perfect together. I didn't have a Chianti, so I picked something else.
So many other choices to choose
from. Without a doubt, yeah.
Yes.
So I selected a Fox Run, which is from the Finger Lakes, east side of Seneca Lake, west side of Seneca Lake, excuse me. And it is a Lemberger.
Yeah.
2015 Lemberger. And Lembergers, I did this once before in a video, talked about Lembergers, which is Blaufränkisch, another name for it, and very popular in Austria and Germany. It's also very popular in the Finger Lakes. And what I love about it is it's medium bodied, which, you know, it's medium bodied, it tends to go with a lot of different types of foods. And it is lovely, has lovely acidity, right? Which is great for food, because food needs that acidity as a really nice balance. So here we have pasta, we have some heat in the sausage, we have the tomato sauce, which is really the player, right? You've got to match up to that. And I think it does a wonderful job in doing that. The spice from the sausage kind of gets imparted into the wine a little bit, which I like. I always like it when, you know, things kind of go back and forth and they try and not take over, but just kind of nuance it. They try and nuance the wine. Yeah. Good word, right?
Right.
So it works. I think it works great. You know, you can drink anything with pasta. It's going to be good. But Lemberger is a nice, medium-bodied, everyday sort of a wine, and you know, it's an everyday sort of a dish.
Yeah, and
right?
don't forget to get yourself a good loaf of bread with this pasta. It's perfect. So
we're good.
Yes.
Okay, no more snow.
Yeah. Here's to spring.
Cheers.
See you soon.
Go plant your garden.
Yes, sir. See you soon.